Hello, and welcome to How to Segment and Align the VIVO Torso Model with an MRI. This tutorial picks up from where we left off with how to align the VIVO heart model with an MRI. So we've finished aligning the heart model, and we are now ready to move on to torso segmentation and alignment. As with segmentation of the heart model, there are two ways of completing torso segmentation, automatically and manually. Let's discuss auto torso segmentation first. Under Operation Mode, select Segment Torso. And you can see that we have our pre-aligned torso model with your heart that you've already aligned within the model. Inside the torso segmentation box, choose Select Series. A dialog box will appear asking the user to select from a series of images, as you see here. You may not always get several images. You may only get one, or you may not get any. If you don't get any images to choose from, or you get a dialog box that says, please select another slice or segment manually, you will do a manual torso segmentation, and that will be discussed a little later in the tutorial. When choosing a series, you should look for one that has uniform contrast distribution and a definitive outer boundary. If only one image is provided, the user must select this image regardless of quality. So I'm going to look at both of these images. Both seem to have pretty good contrast distribution. I think I'll go with this one right here. So I'm going to press OK. So my new torso icon that I selected is right here. And I'm going to place at least 4 seed points around the outer boundary of this model. I usually place 5 or 6, as long as you place 4. I'm going to click Start Torso Segmentation. You will see a dialog box showing the progression. This process could take up to 5 minutes. If auto segmentation is successful, then you will have this dialog box that says segmentation has completed. Please check the result. Click OK, and you will see your torso on the right side of the screen and your ICOM image with your new outline around the outer boundary. Align the outline around the torso in the same manner used to align the ventricles. Click on the outline. After clicking Edit Model, and you will see a reddened area. This is the area that you can control. To make that area larger, you press Control and scroll wheel up or scroll wheel down to make the area smaller. So I'm just going to start bringing this in. We don't want to include the arms. So I'm just going to bring that in there. And I use different views just to make sure it's lining up in different views. And if you have an area down here that's solid black, you can't control the line, the outline from this area. You can only control what's within the image frame itself. So this is lining up pretty well. Make sure that your outline matches up accurately with the outer boundary of the DICOM image in several different orientations. And save along the way. I think we're just about done here. That looks pretty good. So at this point, I would save my model and I would check for errors. But before we do that, we're going to discuss what would happen if auto segmentation was unsuccessful. As we discussed earlier, it is possible the auto torso segmentation will be unsuccessful. If this happens, you will receive a message indicating that you may try again or segment manually. The easiest way to proceed is to segment manually. The reason it doesn't segment is usually because the scan does not meet certain requirements within the VIVO system, and it's unlikely that it will be successful if you retry auto segmentation. So I've clicked off the box that told me to manually segment, and I have my pre-aligned torso here. And all we need to do is go to Edit Model, click on the outline, Control scroll wheel up, and then start manually pulling your outline. Like I said, go to different orientations to make sure. Once you're satisfied with your model, save once more, and now you are ready to check your model for errors and finalize. So I'm going to save. And then I'm going to, once it saves, I'm going to press check right here in the middle of the right hand of the screen. No errors found. The model is ready for finalization. If you would have had errors, a different box would have appeared saying errors were found and need to be corrected. And this message will also include an indication as to where the errors are on your models. Errors must be fixed before the model can be finalized. And how to fix errors is covered in the next tutorial. Since we have no errors, we're going to press OK. And we're ready to finalize. But if you wanted to insert intracavitary structures here, such as papillaries or moderator band, this must be completed before finalization of the model. Instructions for this process are covered in a different tutorial. Last thing to do is click Finalize. And VIVO will go through its process of finalization. There are 6 steps within this process, and it usually takes 3 to 4 minutes. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for your time and attention.